everybody. Welcome. I'm Emily, the Fine Art Medium, and today I will be answering a question that someone left on my Instagram. And so basically, we will be talking about connecting with spirit guides. That also seems to be like a popular question that many people have in general. So I am going to be covering this topic. So if I look back and forth, it's because I have my notes here and I don't want to go off on tangents, and miss points that are important. So first off, spirit guides. What are spirit guides? Spirit guides are typically light beings. There could be some exceptions, but we're not going to get into the exceptions here. But typically, they are light beings that intend to protect, guide, and teach you some lessons, etc. Right? Now, if you want some more in-depth explanations as to what spirit guides are, Chas and I did cover that in one of our podcast episodes on the Lights of Midnight podcast. And the episode title is called The Ascended Spirits of Light, an Exploration into the Diversity of Spiritual Realms, Part 5. So we covered this. All right. And just so you know, there are multiple ways that one can connect with spirit guides or their spirit guides. But just keep in mind that some of these that I'm listing through may not work for everybody. Some will, some won't, all right? And to be honest, you might have to figure it out for yourself because, like I said, everyone's different. Everyone's abilities are different. So it also depends on your abilities and like what your strongest suit is. So keep that in mind. So the first one, and I always say this to everybody, and people are going to be like, dude, you say this so many times. There's a reason for it. It's important, right? So meditation, it is important because not only are you doing it to raise your, frequency and stuff, right? You're also doing it to either recharge yourself, calm yourself. I mean, there's a bunch of reasons why someone would meditate, but meditation is a great place because it silences your mind, at least it's supposed to. And, so I would say when doing this, try creating a secure and safe environment, right? Once you're in this safe environment, it'll be easier for spirit guides to come to you and try to connect, right? And the next thing is asking through prayer, candle work, writing a physical letter, like things along those lines. And why is that? Because when you set that intention and then you put it in motion, it just makes the intention stronger and makes your goals, better known to the universe. So that is very importante. Asking for physical signs. Now, this is another popular one. So, for example, you can ask for a specific number or number sequence or a symbol. Some people say butterflies. Some people are like, hey, I want to see sunflowers. That's going to be my sign for my spirit guides. And maybe the universe will deliver or your spirit guides will deliver and you might see a sunflower on a billboard or someone's t-shirt. Like, there are a bunch of ways you can ask for signs, right? So another thing is you can ask to meet in your dreams. With this said, okay, keep written documentation and records of your dreams and your meditations. It is important. Why? People always fight me on this. They'll be like, oh, I'm going to do it, but they never do it. Okay? This is important because there's a lot of things that happen in dreams and meditations that you might not pick up right away. It's when you analyze it and you go back and you're like, oh, this did happen. And oh, actually, I do remember this. And then you can go back and you'll be like, okay, I do remember seeing this person or this animal or whatever in several other experiences, right? They may be appearing in your dreams and you're not realizing it. So when you keep documentation of this stuff, You're going to be able to put 2 and 2 together if they are appearing there. And you're going to be like, oh my God, this actually might be one of my spirit guides. So yes, that is important. This happened to me, right? This is one of the reasons I keep documentation of my dreams and astral realm experiences, because a lot of shit happens. And I know it's difficult that when you wake up, you're so groggy, you can't focus. And the last thing you're going to want to do is write it down, right? I mean, sometimes I miss out and oops and forget to write it down. And then it's gone forever. But I noticed going back in a lot of these dreams and astral experiences, sorry, I got the hiccups. I noticed that there is a person, actually there's like 2 or 3 people that are commonly in these experiences, and they're the same being, and I realized that some of them are actually my spirit guides. So I found, how many spirit guides did I find this way? Like 2 or 3? I have a bunch of spirit guides, guys. I do. But yes, this is important. Probably one of the most important things, actually, along with meditation. Also, automatic writing, right? So, automatic writing can be difficult, especially when you let your ego get in the way and your brain and all that stuff. But if you can automatic write, your spirit guides could send you messages this way. And it's important to take this into consideration because, there is a lot of times I didn't automatic write because I thought I couldn't. I thought I wasn't good at it. I thought I was just making this shit up in my head. But once I let all that go, I soon realized that that was not true and that I'm claircognizant and I do pretty well doing this and getting messages across or figuring out what they're trying to say. And when I keep documentation of my dream journals and astral realm experiences, sometimes it turns into automatic writing sessions because it's fresh and they're still there and it's easier to hear because you're kind of almost in that in-between state or you're really close to that in-between state. So communication is just like on point, right? So automatic writing is a great thing to do. Using sacred sounds and or frequencies to get into the mindset. So you guys can literally go on YouTube and type in spirit guide frequencies, astral or projection frequencies or whatever frequencies, benevolent frequencies, whatever kind of frequencies. Find the one you like because not all of them are great for each person, right? Some of them I find annoying, not gonna lie. And there's a few in particular that I like that don't annoy me because sometimes it gets annoying, right? And or you'll meditate and you can't focus because you hear the right? And it can get annoying, not gonna lie. So you can do it. Sometimes it works for people depending on what their skill set is. So if people that are clairaudient, it might help. Who knows? But when I was getting into this stuff and learning, this did help me. And you don't even have to do the frequencies, right? And you don't have to do the sacred singing bowl sounds and stuff. You don't have to do that. Even just hearing nature in of itself can be helpful and put you in a nice relaxation mindset and calmness. And you can also pair this with meditation, right? So it is very useful. I personally like the wind, strong wind noises and nature noises and birds and frogs and stuff like that. For a while, I was on a whale kick where I would just listen to whales in the ocean. Sleep Pillow, not sponsored, but Sleep Pillow, the app, is great. It has all those sounds on it, all the frequencies, all the white noise stuff. So if you like that stuff and you think it'll help you, I would do it. The app is free for the most part, but of course some sounds you gotta pay for. But you can also find them on YouTube, like I said. I mean, there are always free alternatives for that. Next one, work on raising your vibration. Now, it is important to work on raising your vibration always, because you want to be at a higher vibration to attract higher benevolent beings. Of course, you're going to get some negative ones here and there, because let's be real, they like the light and some of them are just a-holes, right? But it's good to raise your vibration, because once you do that, you can learn how to fine tune your vibration and, tune it to high or low, because talking to spirit is kind of like talking on a radio. M from Metapsychics said it best. It's like a fine-tuned radio. You got to find the right frequency in order to, pick the right channel to communicate. I mean, I don't know how else to explain it. She explains it best, to be honest. But it's true. And, during my past life regression experience, Archangel Michael told me this too. I was like, okay, why am I not having so many like great experiences with benevolent beings? He's like, you gotta like raise your vibration, and then you gotta tune your vibration to the being so you can connect with them. And he was correct. But I liked their comparison to the radio station, because it's true. The next thing, do not get obsessive, right? If you obsess over connecting with spirit guides, at the same time, it's kind of bringing on a negative vibration to yourself, because obsession isn't good. But also, if you try to force something, you're less likely to get it, and you will not be ready in their eyes for their communication or to meet up, right? So it's important not to be obsessive. Do not force it. It'll come when it needs to come, all right? Be patient. Be patient. Be patient. And just because you don't see them doesn't mean they're not there. A lot of people have these expectations of how they're supposed to communicate with their spirit guides. Don't do that, because you're literally putting yourself in a box. And if you put yourself in a box, you're missing the things outside of the box that, could be helpful. So if you think you're going to see spirit right in front of you with your eyeballs, no, not necessarily. It's kind of hard for that. I mean, unless you're an experienced medium, a lot of times you don't even see spirit that way. You see it with your third eye, right? So lose all your expectations and how you think you're going to meet them, unless, you're doing some of the following that I mentioned above, that you're like, hey, give me a symbol and all that stuff. But I would just say, be open in how to communicate and let them come to you in a way. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Also, one thing I want to throw in there at the end, practice feeling different energies, right? Not everybody is clairvoyant, so you might not even see your spirit guides ever. You might not. But, you might feel them, so that's why it's good to practice, clairsentience, and practice feeling out different energies. Hold different items. Hold a plant. Feel the energy of a plant. Pick up your cat. Like, feel the energy of your cat. Like, pick up different things. Assess the energies. Even if it's not a living thing, everything has its own energy to it, right? Feel out your energy here. Pick up a friggin' crystal. I mean, most people, well, I shouldn't say most people. A lot of people in this, field have crystals, I would say. Some kind of crystal, right? Feel the energy. Learn your energies. Work on your other senses. So your clairaudience. Work on listening. You can do that through meditation. You can literally close your eyes, sit there, and just listen to all the sounds. Work on your clairaudience, right? Because, like I said, not everyone's clairvoyant. Not everyone's clairsentient. Maybe you're clairaudient and you're going to hear different things. Claircognizance, again, meditation will help you. I always say that. But it's true. So, guys, keep this all in mind. Lose your expectations and how you think things will be. Let things happen. But you can try the above things. If it doesn't work, like I said, lose your expectations as how you think they will come or how you think they should come. Because like I said, you don't want to put yourself in a box. If there's anything else that I forgot, I'll probably make another video, but these are just like the general things that you can do. For me, and I'm being honest here, it probably took me a year and a half to even like learn who my guides were and meeting them, right? It took a long time, but I put in the work and the effort, and it has paid off for sure. So just keep that in mind. That's why it's important to meditate every single day. Eventually, you'll get to a point where you're just going to connect and you don't have to meditate every day. It's good to meditate every day, but I used to meditate like 2 to 3 hours a day, right? Now, if I'm lucky, I'll meditate once or twice a week. I mean, usually I'll meditate before bed, but I don't really count that because I always fall asleep. But you got to put in the work a lot of times to meet them. And like I said, sometimes they won't come until they think you're ready. So also keep that in mind. So if they're not coming and it's been a while, maybe you're just not ready yet. But it's true. So I wasn't ready, and it took me a year and a half. And now, I see them often. And they're always talking to me claircognizantly and giving me messages. So it's just, you'll get there, right? Especially if you're just starting out. Don't expect to get things quickly, because let me tell you, I had that expectation and boy was I disappointed. So also keep that in mind. But patience is important. And don't get obsessive. Also important. But yeah. So hopefully this answers your questions. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, please let me know down below. It kind of rhymed. I like that. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. And I hope to see y'all soon. Peace out.